and we can start.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we are live now on YouTube. Yeah, so if you guys want to, leave comments, etc., please go on the YouTube channel under the same video, right? Okay. So yeah, anyone, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we are live now on YouTube. Oops, yeah, let me just yeah, just give me a moment. Meeting now. Yeah, okay, cool, guys. Let me just get myself comfortable. Okay, cool.
Mr. Putumi, there's someone who's trying to enter. Someone's trying to enter. Baba is trying to enter. She's waiting.
That's fine. I'm gonna admit them now. I'm seeing Fortune and others.
Yes.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I want to see. I'm actually a bit irritated because I'm trying to connect with my camera here.
Oh, it's not working.
No, because the sound. Let me see. You guys, can you guys hear me still?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna. Disconnect. Yeah, so guys, can you please switch on your cameras so that I get to see your faces? Yeah, because today I really just want us to chat, have a chilled conversation, get to know each other, etc., before we get technical with design. Hi, I'm seeing Kevin, Fortunate, waiting for Seho Tabo, Pabalo. You have to concentrate. Yeah. So guys, yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I really appreciate your time that you've taken to be here. And yeah, it's an effort from both sides. So I thought, yeah, today we can just like meet, get to know each other and, understand your expectations and also to set expectations from my side, right? And to understand how I can best like support you. And yeah, like you will get the privilege, you'll understand the privilege that you have, right? I wish I also had someone like me when I started out, in the design space. Yeah, and I hope that you guys, you will, see the value And, even by the end of this session, I want you guys to feel hopeful that, it's worth spending time, together and, being here. And I just set up this session. I don't know if it works best for everyone, but, that's something that we can also discuss, right? So I just want you guys, to go around, introduce yourselves. Yeah, I'll start with myself, right? My name is Mputumi, and, I was born in Eastern Cape, moved to Cape Town, and also lived in other areas. Yeah, I went to UCT. I did computer science. That's my background. I started off as a developer, and I was in consulting, and then I switched to doing design. And yeah, I've been doing design for some time now, and yeah, like I've grown as a person. I've pushed myself, and I got into design at the time before it was popular. So I had to learn to do pretty much everything. At the time, look, I wouldn't say I did a great work, because we were not, crafting awesome, experiences as we do today, right? So yeah, I mean, there are always like pros and cons, that you get to know everything, but you don't get to become the best at everything. But yeah, so that was like my context, and that has helped me to become a better designer. And I keep trying to be better, and I don't want to feel like I am the best, because at the moment you feel like you know everything, then it means that you don't know much, because this thing is evolving. People's behavior is evolving, technology is evolving, and expectations are evolving. We keep redefining what we call user experience design. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Currently, at Old Mutual. And yeah, I mean, as I said, I've been in the industry, and in the banking, financial services, designed apps, websites, WhatsApp journeys, USSD, etc. And yeah, I've been in Cape Town, Joburg. I stayed overseas a bit, and I got to expose to like awesome designers while I was in the UK. Came back, and yeah, I think it was like a great experience being there. Like I've tasted the culture. It's very, very different from South Africa in terms of how designers work. The collaborative culture is quite high. It's by default. It's not like a thing that needs to be done. It's like oxygen there. People are breathing collaboration. Yeah, and collaboration beyond just the companies that they work for. That is like the spirit. And yeah, so I'm Old Mutual. We've got almost like 30 designers that I'm supporting in South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Botswana, etc. And yeah, we work with some contractors as well. And yeah, hoping to hire a few people in the next probably like 3 months or so. And yeah, that's pretty much like me. Why am I here? It's been very it's not easy to find good designers. The main designers, it's not very easy to find them. And you're likely to stumble to a lot of like white designers. And I wish I could support people. Like, I don't care even if we get white designers that join here. Yeah, but I do want to spend a bit of time with people of my color, because there are not a lot of there are not a lot of them, and there are not a lot of them that are good. And it's design is seen as being like the white industry, right? And as I said, I mean, I'm mentioning color, but as I said, anyone is welcome to join the session, learn. I'm going to be interacting with various people anyways, right? And yeah, so I just want to basically share the bit that I know to designers who are hungry, irrespective of race, color, gender, where you come from, etc. I don't care. So that's like really the reason for me. And also for selfish reasons, I want to get to know who are kick-ass designers in the space, because I hate the interviewing process, and it's better to like date designers, get to know them informally, through events, through design competitions, through engagements, etc. And you get to know who's like good out there. so that you can just approach them and say, hey man, I think you created this stuff, you know, would you be keen to work for whoever that I need to hire for at the time, right? So, you know, and then beyond just like, you know, the job opportunities, but I also want to market people, you know, via the platform, so that, you know, there are like hiring managers who are coming to the platform already, you know, and there are other designers who are coming to the platform that might also help you guys to get a job somewhere, right? So it's a networking opportunity. It's an opportunity that I want to create for everyone. And, you know, I'm engaging with a lot of like designers now. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see we've got a lined, like, you know, a list of like lined up speakers for September, and I'm gonna be adding a few more for October. And I want to give you guys you know, that opportunity as well, to be able to speak. So and also I had a session yesterday, and, you know, was helping him a bit in the behind the scenes. And I want to give you guys that opportunity, you know, to help you, you know, to choose a topic, you know, to work on something you present to the team. And it's not going to be an all mutual, like, you know, team. It's an African design community. Yes, there might be a lot of people currently, but more and more people will be joining. Yeah, so it's an opportunity to work on your skills. You know, it's an opportunity to showcase what you're about, and it's an opportunity for you to be known, you know, by designers that are already in the space. And yeah, so I mean, as I said, there are a number of opportunities, and I'm just like, you know, articulating you know, why you're here, what is the benefit, who I am, you know, why should you care to listen to me. But you'll get to know why you should care. But for now, you know, you might have a big question mark, right? You might ask yourself, is this guy good enough, you know, for me, you know, to listen to spend my time, etc. But yeah, that will be up to you. And I mean, like, yeah, as I said, like, there are a number of opportunities, you know, and I want you guys to build your brand, you know, to be intentional about building your brand. And you know, I want you guys to work on your craft, and the level of noise that you make should be equivalent to, you know, the quality of your work. And yeah, I want to basically find best ways to support you, and to get to know you. And for me to say this is the best way, and I need to know you first, so I can understand, you know, your expectations, understand your background, understand your level, you know, in terms of how in terms of where you are, you know, as a designer, right? And yeah, like I said, I've been in the space, and I don't know if it's is it fortunate, or is it someone that works at Solar? What is it? Cent Dollar. What is it? The Cent Dollar company, Cent Dollar Sign company. Who is it? Let me see. There was someone. Anyways, I forgotten the name. It's one of the names that you've shared with me and Dogozo. And then there's someone who's done some work at Zulzi. I don't know if that person is here. I was browsing through some profiles.
Okay, let me just check. Because Cent is dollars design. I don't think it's not fortunate.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
It's not her. I forgot who that is, but nah, it's not her.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I just need to move a bit to charge my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, yeah, I think I've explained myself, and I don't want to steal too much of our time. I'm keen to hear from you guys. And I mean, I thought, right, today I just want to get to know you, and well, I want us to get to know each other, right? And then we'll talk about what will happen next.
Okay. So can I introduce myself?
That's fine.
Okay. How's it, guys? I hope you are having a good day today. Some of you might know me from school, some of you know me personally like that. But first of all, I'd just like to say thank you for coming through, guys. Thank you for actually participating for today's meet and greets. My name is Dorozo. I'm a UX designer. I also used to code. I used to be a software developer. Some of you know me from class. But yeah, after considering like a lot of things, I was like, no, coding is not for me. And I just went into design. I was introduced to design, I think it was late 2020, yeah, late 2020. I knew nothing about it. And a friend of mine, Nyakalo, actually she showed me, like, I think we were at a gathering, and that's how we met. And then it's like, okay, to show me his design work. I'm like, you can actually do this. I thought it was coding, but it's like, nah, dude, it's just shapes and just just a few elements that you use. And I started getting interested in that. And then as I started doing research about it, I saw that this is something I could actually do in the long run. And I was like, this is something I want for myself. Then I started, practicing. I remember the first time I opened Figma, I just couldn't understand what was happening there. I couldn't even draw like a simple frame. And I just ended up using Adobe XD and just practicing with that, going on YouTube and just practicing, and just I even took a course, the Google course, UX design course. That really helped me to actually work around these elements and these tools. So I ended up using Figma. Now I've grown with that. And how I grew as a UX designer. I'm always up for challenges. I'm always up for growth like that. So I usually go on the internet, just check people's work, try to replicate that. Check designs. To go for what's this challenges. There's a lot of design challenges that are out
Yeah,
there where you guys
sure.
compete as
Sorry.
designers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut you. So what do you expect? Why are you here?
Okay, from the experience design, I want to grow as a designer. Um, I just want to be better at what I do, and from the videos I've already seen from YouTube, it really opened a different eye. For me,
Yeah, sure.
with UX design, I just thought it was just like a simple process. It's you take an idea, you create prototype, and that's it. But there's actually more to that. There's practices, there's a lot
Yeah.
of things that you incorporate in your designs. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me is it Pabalo? Pabalo?
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, do you mind if you can? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so like you said, I'm Babalo. I am a user experience designer at IQ Business.
Yeah.
I've been in the space. I've been in the space of design for a year
Yeah.
now. So my journey in design started last year. So I was a mystery shopper for Zolzi.
Yeah.
So I used to
Okay.
shop for people during the lockdown. And there's a lady that I met. We built
Yeah.
a relationship. She'd send me around. And now it got to a point where now she's no longer sending me around, but she's sending me money to say, hey, you know what I want? Get me all my groceries or get me an extra thing like this. And then from
Yeah.
there, she's like to me, what do you do? At that point, it was like, I think a year after matric. So I was like, no, now I'm like doing this job because universities rejected me.
Yeah.
But I am willing to try colleges for like the second semester. I want to do financial
Yeah.
marketing. Trust me, I don't even know anything in financial marketing. I didn't even do accounting in high school, but I was like, okay, it sounds like a good course. And she's like to me, okay, cool. Have you heard about user experience design? I was like, what is user experience design? What is that? And she sent me a few links. She's like, can you please read these links? This is what I do. I'm a user experience design at Standard Bank. And this is what I do. And I do think that you have the great qualities to be a user experience designer. So I'm
Yeah.
sending you links to go study. And on Monday, I will have an interview with you. And if you pass that interview with me, I will take you to school to do user experience designing. I was like, what? Now I have a
Yeah.
week to prove myself to this person. And yes, I studied sleepless nights, studying something that I don't know. I don't know. Like I was just literally cramming everything because, hey, I want to get this. Because obviously, when you are at a certain job, you know, I'm not saying that there are better jobs than others. Obviously, at that point, I was like, Zulzi, if this pays, because I know that this lady's always doing shopping, why not? I studied, and Monday came, and then she's like to me, what is it about user experience design that you studied and that really caught your mind? I was like, the fact that we use technology every day, we experience all these problems, you know, each and every day, but we don't realize. So one thing that I took from studying about user experience designing is that you need to empathize with the user. Don't be the user, but empathize with the user, you know?
Sorry,
and then she's like, yes.
Yeah. So I'm just keen to hear, what do you expect? Why are you here? What do you expect from this engagement?
So, like I said, I've been in design, in user experience design for like a year, but I feel like I still need to grow, you know? There's a lot of growing that I need. So besides the client work, I feel like I need a space to fail and to learn, whereby in client, you fail and you learn and you need to fix it now without understanding, but you need to fix it because client wants it. So on my side, I want to grow as an individual. So I want this to be more of a personal development for myself, you know, and yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, no, actually, the guy who started Zulzi, Donald, Valoy, he's my friend. I went to UCT with him. I'm very proud of what he's done, you know, and he was selling books and other, and computers and other gadgets, before he actually jumped into the grocery. Like the name Zozi, you know, it was something else before it became a delivery app. But yeah, so anyways, so cool, that's fine. Look, in terms of growth, there's, like, you will see that there's probably 95% that you need to learn, and and that 95% is not going to decrease over time. The more you learn, you would think you're going down from 95 to 70, and then that 70 goes back up to 90. But yeah, so that's fine. Happy to hear about you. Fortunate.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm an aspiring software developer who's highly interested in UX or UI design. Why I'm so interested in this field rather is because I like the fact that you can showcase your creativity through tech. You know what I mean? And how you just can put pieces together through colors, through what the user wants. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And what can I tell you guys about myself? I'm a very creative individual who's highly interested in tech. But now my challenge was I'm not really into software development, but I'm into tech. And then that's when I got introduced to UX or UI design, where you can showcase your creativity through tech. So yeah.
Okay. So are you doing, and are you working? Are you studying, or what are you doing currently?
Oh, I just recently graduated. I'm a qualified software developer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what are you working, or are you looking for a job, or are you?
I'm actively looking for a job. Yes, I'm actively looking for a job. Yeah.
Okay. And where did you study?
Where did I study?
Yeah, where?
Rosebank College in Brom.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you basically want to make the switch from being a technical person, coming from a development background, and design space. Okay.
You're a designer.
Okay, Tabo, is it Rhonda Bolt Because why is it Rondebolt primary?
Oh, no, I forgot to change the name before joining.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, but hi, my name's Tabo. I'm a software development graduate from college. So what can I tell you? I'm basically a creative. So before I went into the software development field, started off with hairdressing, which is because I made a leap. So I started with hairdressing, and when I went into the software development space, that's where I realized that code, I don't like too much with code. It's a bit much. It confuses the hell out of me. But I knew that I was a creative. So after graduating, I decided that let me see where it can take me. So I'd never. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Guys, can you please just kindly switch on your cameras, even if you're not speaking? Yeah, just so that I can see that we're all engaged. And as I said, we are streaming this via YouTube. There will be other people who will be keen to watch this. So yeah.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So after graduating, I wanted to see where my creativity can take me. So I've since I've been in the hairdressing industry, I worked with creative directors, pitching ideas here and there, stuff like that. So when it comes to UI and UX design, I would say I'm pretty much, I just know the basics. You understand? Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to get from this is to see what it's really all about.
Okay. So actually, I'm smiling because you'd find that there's a lot of commonality between what you're doing, hairdressing and design, because you need to understand your customers, what hairstyle they're looking for, what suits them, etc. Right? What is in fashion, and also you have to like work with like different like hairstyles, right? Designs, right? And so fundamentally, right? I mean, like, I'm listening to you guys, right? But anyways, you know what? Let me not respond to you. Let me listen to Kevin and Lesejo, and then I can make a comment. Kevin.
Hi everybody, how are you? So yeah, I'm Kevin. I recently graduated at Rosebank College 2021. I'm a software developer.
Yeah.
So I got introduced to UX design last year by Ntokozo. Yeah, last year. Then I got more interested this year. So I started like taking it seriously this year, started doing my research. Then there was like a clear path. Like what can I call it? I've noticed that coding is not my thing. It's not my thing at all. So I'm more focused in creativity, problem solving, analytics, and yeah. So I did research for about 4 months, tried using Figma, but what helped me the most, it was YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So they came in handy. They really helped me. And what else? Yeah, I'm in the space because I want to grow. I want to become like a professional UX designer.
Okay.
So I want to learn a lot from you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing now? Are you working? Are you studying?
Sorry about that. So yeah, it's a platform which I want to use to grow as an individual and both as a designer. So I think like meeting different people and who've experienced like different aspects in life will help me grow and become a better designer. Yeah.
Okay. So are you working or studying currently?
Currently, I'm not working. I was a tech support at some high school. Then I worked for a dental company as a tech support.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. So guys, I'm asking so that I have some context, but I'm not asking because I want to judge people, right? I just want to understand what is the situation right now, right? So that even when you plan, right? Because I've set up this meeting, you know, so because I have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of time, but I'm doing this because, you know, I feel that there's a need to do so. And also I want us to find ways of engagement going forward, right? So that we can at least understand, okay, some people are working, maybe it's better for us to meet maybe over a weekend, or maybe, you know, on a Friday late, maybe, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, whatever the time is, right? And also if we have to talk about activities, right? Okay, some people have got a workload, therefore, you know, the pace at which I can go at has to be, you know, it has to consider that other people are working, and, you know, it can't be too much. So, but anyways, we'll find our rhythm. Lesego?
Good day, everyone.
Hi.
Yes, I studied multimedia design at UJ.
Yeah.
University of Johannesburg. I actually specialized in interaction design.
Okay.
Then I was spotted by APSA in my 3rd year as to intern as a UX designer intern. Then from then on, I did work for MapTech. It's one of the mining companies, big mining companies around internationally. I've been doing fixed contracts. I've never been permanent before.
Okay.
So currently I am a multimedia designer freelancer for a company called eBox in Cape Town. They do online education for companies, like they compartmentalize or put into compartments lessons that are dedicated to companies for maybe marketing or whatever. So they design content for such lessons. So the reason why I chose design is basically because I'm a creative and I love solving problems creatively. And UX is all about that. I love not designing things just for self-gratification or just to make profit, but I love designing or creating things that will be sustainable and not be enjoyed by me alone, but by generations to come. In UX design, there's what we call technical debt. So I like, when I do anything, avoid technical debt. So my expectation here, okay.
Sorry, so guys, this meeting is gonna come to an end. I'm gonna restart it because Zoom has got like a 40-minute like limit. I'll restart. Please rejoin. But if there are any issues, I'll communicate with you, Ntokozo. I'm assuming that you've got everyone's contact.
Yes, I have everyone.
Yeah, cool. No, that's fine. Yeah, it should like end like, you know, in the next maybe. Okay. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Let's see if others will rejoin. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We're waiting for Ndogozo is not here. Is he the only person missing?
And Kevin, I think.
Okay. I'm assuming that you guys heard me clearly, right? When I said the meeting will come to an end and I'll just need you to rejoin the meeting. Okay. I'm just checking here. Okay, please, Lesakho, you can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So there's what we usually call, I was saying, there's what we usually call technical debt in design, which basically means creating something and at the end of the day, it does not produce the results that you have anticipated about it. So that's what UX design is all about. Sometimes you create a logo, or it can just be a simple logo out of infatuation and without enough research. So UX comes to you and teaches you that the logo is not about you. It's all about will it be sustainable? Will it be able to print? Is it cost effective? Do you want to emboss it? Do you want to do embroidery? You know, unlike other logo designers who just take you 150 and design a logo that you'll have to come back again. So I'm all about solving problems sustainably, and a customer never, or even my employer never has to come back to me and supervise me. You know, the reason why I'm here is because basically UX is all about relevance. I just am here to know and be on par of what's happening. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sure. Yeah. So guys, thanks. I just wanted to listen to you and just to get a sense of whom I'm interacting with. And yeah, so people will learn and grow at different rate, and depending on where you at as a designer, or how much effort you're willing to put in. So you can listen to others, and but I want you to be more concerned about yourself, right? And I want to interact with you guys in a way that will allow an individual to thrive without being limited by the rate at which others are growing. Okay. Yeah, because this is not like a formal, like, learning environment, right? And people will grow at different paces, which is great. And that is why I'm making it clear is that I want you guys to be concerned about your individual journey, and to be concerned about what you want to achieve. And yeah, so there are a few things that I'm expecting from you guys, right? So the first thing is I want us to agree on a time that we can start using. I don't know if this works for you, this 4 to 5, but should it change, I'll be happy to hear if we need to adjust. Okay. Let me just address that first before I move on to the next point. Like, are we okay with time?
Yeah, for me, it actually works with me. So I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, from my side, I'm also okay.
Okay.
So it's 4 to 5. When? Fridays?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, Fridays are a bit tricky for me. So some days I won't be able to attend.
Okay. What works best? Sorry, you're on mute. So guys, you've got, so I can dedicate time with you on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. You know, I'm easy. Like, it's not gonna make a huge difference to me. Because whatever that I'm planning to do, I can just plan it around this time. So I don't want to ask you to work with a lot of constraints. So I want us to find, you know, like a rhythm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so sorry, can I? Yeah. So some Fridays I'm not available. That's the thing. So I'm more available on Mondays. So I don't know how we're gonna maneuver around that.
Okay. So is it like in a month? Let's say there's 4 Fridays in a month. How many out of 4?
It depends. Also, it depends. So we're gonna have this meeting every week on Friday.
So okay. So the aim is I need to for you guys to grow. Okay. I can't, if I meet up with you guys once a month, it's a waste of my time and your time. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. To break down a concept, it's gonna take a lot of like effort and time and a lot of like reflection. So I don't know if you guys have managed to watch some of the videos that I've been uploading. Now I'm asking guys, like I want us to have a casual conversation.
All right. Well, Dogozo told me about this live session during the week. So I had no idea that you had videos before, but what he had told me is to like search on a bit about UI and UX design. So that's all I know so far.
Okay, that's fine. So just by the show of hands, who have watched at least one video from the channel?
I haven't, I can't say I've watched, but I've skimmed through a lot of videos there.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. So let me assume that's not okay. One person. Okay. So I want you guys just to take the time, right? And maybe I can just give you one, or you can pretty much watch anything, right? Just so that you get an idea of the depth that we're gonna go into. Okay. And I don't want to sound technical from the beginning, right? But if I talk about you know, designing for an omnichannel experience, I want people to get an idea of what I'm talking about. If I say, you know, if I talk about, you know, the design principles that you can use to provide an omnichannel experience, you know, context optimization, seamlessness, you know, I want you guys to get an idea of what I mean, right? If I talk about omnichannel, right, what the hell am I talking about? You know, if I talk about how to design using best practices, what are best practices? And you know, I want you guys to have an idea. And so a lot of designers, even senior designers that I deal with, there's a lot that they don't understand. Like I was interviewing a senior designer for some role, and they have no clue of what it means to design for an omnichannel experience, right? So simple example would be, I don't know what machines you guys have, but if you look at, you know, a MacBook, for instance, and versus an iPhone, the the taskbar, the icons you have, they're the same that you'd see on an iPhone. If you charge a MacBook versus a tablet versus an iPhone, iWatch, etc., the sound that it makes is the same. There's like consistency, familiarity, etc. Right? When you listen to Spotify, you'll see that the look and feel of the site is the same. It just responds in a certain way, and it takes advantage of the capability of the device that it has, right? And in context of that device, right, you can able to expose localized functions that you can perform because you are using a particular device that has got certain capability, such as like geolocation capability, the camera, and fingerprint, etc. Right? And if you were to move to a web experience for the same brand, right? The experience feels the same. It feels continuous, right? You can easily switch, between a mobile device to a desktop device, right? And you still feel that it's the same company, and this experience was designed by the same designers, right? There's no like disconnect in the experience. So we can go into detail to talk about that stuff, right? But the level like that I want to go to when it comes to design is a level that you might not even get to experience in your own company that you're working for as a designer. Not just as a junior designer. I'm talking about even as a senior designer, or even as a head of design. That's how deep I can go. So I want you guys to watch, a few videos, and to get a taste, and to also, actually, I'm gonna ask you every week, watch as much as you can, leave some comments. I'm happy to respond to them, and probably, what I want to do is every week when we engage, I want to respond to whatever challenges that you guys have. If I upload content there, right? If I talk about Opti channel, which is the next level, what like I don't want to go into detail, right? But I want to be able to say, okay, cool, let's break down certain concepts that maybe you didn't understand right from the video. You've got certain questions. How do you actually do this, right? And I'm gonna give you guys some challenges, right? And the first challenge is I want you guys to design a cake for a baby. Okay. Next Friday, I want you guys to present questions that you would ask me to design the cake. Okay. So it's a simple exercise. Okay. And I need to get a cake designed for a, okay, actually, let me not tell you. I want you guys to ask me questions so that you can understand the process itself. And maybe we can even take like a moment, right? Just to get an idea of the kind of questions that you would ask me, just so I can assess your level of thinking. So let me actually, like, can someone please jump on that exercise? I'd love to hear your responses.
All right, so I kept writing cake for a baby, and that's vague as it is. So of course, if you were to design a cake for a baby, you'd be looking at things like the color you would need to do.
Yeah, so so it's a vague request, which is there. This is that I'm giving you a taste of reality. You will get requirements from business stakeholders, and they will give you requirements that you feel like that they're vague, and it's a responsibility to clear those questions. And I'm here. Ask me direct questions. Yeah.
I mean, of course, would have to ask what's the gender of the baby to begin with? I get
It's a girl.
Yes. And then what else? Ooh, a baby. You'd look at the shape too.
No.
What would the cake? Stuff like that.
And how old is the baby?
She's gonna turn 12 months.
Okay, so it's her
September.
first birthday.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, what is the gender?
A girl.
I think another important question is the taste, the texture. Who will be there? Who will be eating the cake? You know, are they any
Yeah. So a 12-month
vegans? Yeah.
12-month baby won't be able to eat the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can ask, ask me like who's but someone's gonna eat the cake.
What should be the flavor?
Give me guide me with your question.
All right. So of course you just said that the baby won't eat the cake, but people will be eating the cake. So of course, if you're going to eat cake, it needs to have a specific flavor or certain flavor. So what flavor would you prefer? Because if the baby's not eating the cake, then you are going to eat the cake.
Okay, so you've made that assumption.
Yes.
Is the cake?
Because you can ask me who is gonna eat the cake. Sure.
Okay, can I ask? So we also want to know if because there's some people we don't know who's going to attend there, and we don't know the types of health situation they're going through. Some people have diabetes. There's something that we also need to consider, that we don't make the cake like too sugary or too sweet for them.
Okay, I'm listening.
My other question is that do you want your cake to be like the center of attention, or you just want a simple cake, just for people to eat?
Simple cake.
Yeah. Babalo, are you there?
Babalo had said she had network issues, so I'm not sure if they're resolved.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Fortunate.
The size of the cake. How big the cake should be?
15 centimeters height.
Right.
And 15 centimeters radius. Diameter.
All right.
And lastly, what's her favorite cartoon character?
On her behalf, I'm gonna say Peppa Pig.
Okay then. So I guess now we have the color. Since Peppa Pig is pink, so we have the color of the cake. We have the gender. What else? Do you need any add-ons? Maybe chocolate pieces or candies or something like that?
Yeah, I prefer to keep it clean. To have something closer to being a healthy cake.
Okay.
So in terms of health, since you're talking about health, what are your dietary restrictions?
I want a vegan cake.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. So, use of organic ingredients, you know, and the sweetness must come from non-refined sugar.
Okay.
Use of honey, and yeah, it mustn't be too sweet.
Okay. Is there anything that you want specifically, apart from like the questions that we've asked?
Do you guys feel like you've asked the right questions and there's no other question that you feel that is critical to be asked?
Her name.
Tlako Hlaza.
Okay.
Repeat that.
Well, I think that's all.
I'm gonna write it here on okay. I've left the name in the chat. Tlako Hlaza, yeah. Anything else?
When I think yes. When is the birth? Yeah. When is the? I'm assuming it's a birth.
The deadline, yes. I wanted to ask the deadline. When is the deadline for it?
So when is the birthday?
Yes.
23rd September.
23rd September.
Yeah.
What time do you expect the cake to be there?
2 days before.
2 days before.
Is there any like the idea that you have of the cake? Do you have any pictures that we can refer to?
Pictures of what?
Like any pictures of any other cake, maybe that you've seen that we can refer to whilst making the cake.
Okay. Yeah, I will share.
Okay.
Okay. Hey guys. I guys done.
I think so.
So
okay.
yeah, I think
yeah, it's fine, right? So you guys can ask more questions, right? But I'm surprised that no one cares about my budget.
What is your budget, sir?
I'm surprised that no one cares, you know, where this cake, where it needs to be delivered.
Oh, yeah. First things first, where is your budget? Because the budget will determine the whole project. Yes, that is so true. The budget will determine the whole project.
1,000.
1,000.
Okay, so guys, I'm just trying to get you to start like thinking, right? Who is the customer? What are the customer needs? You didn't ask me about any pain points. You know, is it my first time? Maybe I've got 10 children, you know, and you know, and I had to go through this exercise 10 times and I had some challenges, right? What are those and what matters to me, right? And what is the shelf life of this product? And how many people are gonna eat this cake, right? You design a product. What is it for? Who is it for? How much does it cost? Who needs this product, right? And what theme do I want to go for, or what how do I want to feel when I am eating this cake, or what do I want the cake to say about me? Not and who is me? You know, you'd understand that if you talk about a 12-month baby, the baby doesn't know much about life. But if the baby, if it was someone who's like 10 years, they have a character, strong character, or someone who's like 20 or 30, you know, then it's like, yeah, sure. Nzobabonisa, you know, I don't want to appear to be poor, or I want to appear in a certain way. Right. So you start thinking about the emotions, right, that you want to be you want to evoke, right, as part of your product delivery. Right. I didn't hear anything about the emotions that are attached to the product. What emotions do you want to evoke, right? If you see a Lamborghini, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, you want someone to be like, yeah, that guy is loaded, you know, and you want someone that says, yeah, I want to be heard, you know, and you want someone that says, yeah, sure, you know, I want visibility, and someone that says, I'm a leader, you know, I'm a conqueror, etc. Right? And yeah, I want to feel rich. I want to feel like, you know, I can get whatever I want in life, right? And that's like Lamborghini, right? We can talk about, it's a product, right? And of course, you know, it costs a lot of money, but when you think about it, right, you don't want to park it in a shack. It has to go. The house where it's parked, you know, the person that drives it, what that person wears, right, and what that person's about has to match the personality, right? So a lot of designers design beautiful UIs, but they're not meaningful. So I want us to talk about, you know, what it takes to understand the customer, right, before we even, you know, open Figma, right? And when it comes to cake design, I'm gonna stick to this example of a cake, right? I could use anything. How will you know that you've designed the best cake? What are the key elements, right, that you would reference when it comes to design, right? We talk about, you know, best practices, design principles, right? Those are like formal references that you can use when you research to know, okay, how will I know that I've done a great job? A lot of designers, they design, but if you ask them, how do you know that this is the great experience? And how do you measure it? Right? So anyways, yeah, like I don't want to waste too much of your time, guys. And I want you to reflect on this example and, you know, what it takes to design the best cake. And I'm going to ask you to present to me the questions that will help you to understand the requirements. So you typically, you've got a phase where you need to understand the requirements, from a business, customer, etc., right? And technically, in this case, right, I'm using the cake. I think there's a beep somewhere, but anyways, so I'm using this example, right? Just to get an understanding of how well you understand the design delivery process and how well you understand what it takes to understand the requirements, right? And maybe I can stick to this. I'm gonna stick with this example of designing a cake, and then we can design a cake in Figma. And there's more to it, right? I want us to, in the next few weeks, maybe in 2 weeks also, to actually do something called usability testing, right? And I want you guys to play different roles, and I'm going to ask you guys to prepare for that. And when I critique each other's work, etc., right? But yeah, so what I'll do now is I'm going to ask you guys, right, to think about the question, right? Well, actually a number of questions that I've asked about designing a cake for a baby, a 12-month baby, so what called like a 1-year celebration, a birthday cake, and reflect on the questions that you asked and the questions that I asked you, and also some of the responses, right? And yeah, so just make like few bullet points. We'll discuss those. I want you guys to share what you've got, and I also want you to research, right, about what it takes to understand a customer. Right. And yeah, so from there, and then please find some spare time for you to go through the videos on the channel. Do you guys know the YouTube channel, what it's called, or how to get to it?
Okay, wait, let me get the link and share it to everyone on the chat.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so actually, let me do this. Yeah, I've left the link here. Please, guys, you can click there, and yeah, you can just basically browse through some videos, and just to get an idea, right, about the kind of content that we're going to be covering. And yeah, like that shouldn't like limit you in terms of growth. And I said, like we will upload quite a lot of them. And yeah, so like I think there are a few things that I want you guys to actually let me at least recommend you one video that you can watch. You can watch everything else, it's up to you, but I'm going to drop this. And I want to basically take the first 10 minutes. You go watch it, you can leave your comments, their questions, etc. online. But I also want to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions so that I can respond in detail. Yeah, so there are two things, right? One is as I'm uploading content, there's a lot of content out there already, right? I want you guys to take the opportunity, depending on your level of understanding, right? You can ask questions there, I can respond, and then also we can take the time to respond to those questions during our session. And also I'm going to give you guys an exercise that you need to do, right? Basically, the format is I want to go from understanding, ideate, design, validate until your design concept is ready to be built. And then we're going to do something about adoption. And basically, once you've designed, a concept, you launch it, and you need to check, right? Are you getting the right numbers? Are people buying it? Where the drop-offs? How's the conversion rate, the engagement, right? Maybe people are falling, exiting the journey. Maybe let's say you designed a website to sell cakes, for instance, right? Where are you marketing it? Are people actually responding, to your marketing efforts? And how are you attracting the customers, engaging them? What level of detail are you articulating in your journey to convince them to buy your cake, right? What options are you exposing to a customer, right? So that you can at least catch 80% of them, right? And so forth, right? But yeah, we'll talk about that. Maybe I should stick to this cake theme. And but I want us to be able to build an example that we can use for different activities, right? And I'm happy. So the other thing is, I want you guys, if you're comfortable, you can bring in your work, your designs, and I'll be happy to critique them in the session. You just give me a heads up so that we can plan, so that we know, okay, in the next session, this is what we'll do. Like now, for instance, I just got a message from a guy from Ghana. I'm going to meet up with him on Sunday online to do some design critique. So I want you guys to, so the reason I'm mentioning this is that there are designers who need help, and I don't want you to be stuck and think that you can't ask for help. You can just show me what you're working on, etc., and I'm happy to give input from a fresh perspective. Guys, I'm gonna shut up. Do you have any question for me before I say cheers?
All right. So just to be clear, next week when we meet up, with regards to this task that you've given us, you're delving more into the questions that need to be asked with regards to the cake for a baby.
Yeah.
So we're not going to touch on the ones that we've already outlined.
That's fine.
Are we going to need to bring more questions onto the table?
Yeah. So I want you guys to think deeply about the experience. It's an exercise. I could say, let's talk about a sneaker, or let's talk about a car. Doesn't matter. What the actual example is not that important, but it is the process and the thinking that I want you guys to apply. And I want to assess your level of thinking and be able to find the gaps, right? So that when you think about a problem, when you need to understand a customer, right? What are the key things that you need to understand? Yeah, this is gonna come to an end. Yeah. So guys, let's see. And also maybe we might. So so there's a page on LinkedIn that I've created, and you guys can join it, and you can ask me questions there, etc. And